I heard her call.
It's time for the depressing video of the day. The one that we skipped last time because I deemed it too depressing. It's time to die. Toddler's autopsy reveals boyfriend's horrifying secret. Yay!
Collapse on the floor. The injuries that we're talking about are significant.
The doctors explained that the pain was so excruciating, that's probably why she was unconscious.
I was in the camper trying to keep her alive.
I do believe that you did try to keep her alive.
But I didn't do anything to hurt her.
That's the part I don't believe.
I have no reason to hurt nobody. For any reason whatsoever. They are
Yeah, he sounds like he's being serious.
just kids.
A 2-year-old child's life hangs in the balance.
Oh! Dude, I'm gonna oh, man. She's so cute, too. Oh, God. Bro, I'm gonna...
After an incident inside a Florida camper. With no cameras and no other eyewitnesses, police zero in on the one who was with her at the time, a man who says he has no idea what happened. It's not until medical findings come back that investigators realize
I regret clicking on this.
They may be in the presence of true evil.
You know how sometimes you just get that feeling like these people ain't normal?
The following report is based on official police records, and the footage has never been seen before until now. On May 3, 2022, a case manager at Advent Health Waterman Hospital in Tavares, Florida, calls the police when a toddler arrives at the emergency room in cardiac arrest.
I have a 2-year-old that was brought in with suspected abuse. The baby's being transferred to the ICU at Advent Health Orlando.
The child's mother, Kristen, says that an unknown incident occurred that morning while her baby was in the care of the man she'd been seeing recently, 24-year-old Travis Thompson.
You left your 2-year-old child with a man that you just started dating recently. That's not a good idea.
However, they didn't call EMS until they were at the parking lot of the damn smoker. So I don't know where the incident actually occurred because they pulled over on the side of the road and called EMS. They did not call EMS while they were at home.
So they called EMS on the way to the hospital?
Correct. They said that she was breathing, but they started CPR there at the house, and then they were driving, and she went unresponsive and pulled over and called 911.
As some Marion County Sheriff's deputies respond to the hospital, another heads to the child's home at an RV campground in Umatilla.
Sheriff's office, please come to the door. I need to talk. Nobody's in trouble.
No one comes to the door, so the deputy tries to find out what the neighbors know.
Do you know who lives here?
A couple with kids.
How many kids?
How many kids do they have? Two?
Do you know their names? The reason I'm being, one of the small kids is at Waterman's Hospital and not doing too good.
Oh no.
So I need to figure out who lives here.
The guy's name is Travis. Here, I'll
Dude, this guy looks like he's about to just spin me a yarn. Like he's just gonna pull up a fucking stump and sit down and just tell us a story. Sorry, I'm trying to distract myself from the depression.
The guy's name is Trevor.
Travis, I think.
Travis.
The lady walks away. He pulls up a stump. Let me tell you something, boy. Sit. Take a seat. Let me tell you something. All right. When I was young, right? When I was young, falls asleep on the stump, just keels over.
Did you see any abuse happening? Did you see anything?
As a mom.
The censor bar. Oh. Oh, that censor bar, bro.
Yeah,
And
anything
me
at
and
home right
Adam
now?
do see them outside unsupervised often.
Any physical stuff?
No, but we do see them unsupervised quite often, and we'll like talk to them and.
Sure.
That's sad.
Yes. Confusing, too.
It
14,
is.
17.
But sometimes you never know.
When you think you know someone.
I kept telling you something was off. I kept
Why do you say that?
Just, you know how sometimes you just get that feeling like these people ain't normal? It was just like that kind of, just that sense, just that something was off.
The young girl's mother will tragically be coming home without her daughter. Despite the life-saving efforts of the ER doctors, 2-year-old Jacqueline Schwingle was pronounced dead early that afternoon. 5 hours after receiving this heartbreaking news, Kristen and Travis wait outside the camper. While investigators look for any sign that Jacqueline's death was intentional.
How long have you been doing this?
4 years.
You like it?
Yeah.
Probably takes a toll on her.
It does. It really does emotionally.
Why are both of them like not reacting to anything, you know?
Physically, mentally.
You're having small talk with the fucking cop.
All that stuff, but
I've seen an officer at his Denny's just by himself literally sat in a whole corner table, just sat in the corner watching everybody.
So you gotta be careful.
I walked up, I was like, "Can I buy your food?" And I sat with him talking.
Bro, don't you fucking dare. Don't you fucking dare. He's gonna be like, I love cops. I love them so much. There was this one cop. I went up and I paid for his food. You know, I went under the table, pulled down his pants, gave him a nice sloppy toppy. You know, let him finish on me. You know, didn't even clean it up. Just left it on me because, you know, I appreciate cops. I appreciate what they do. And I wanted to keep that seed, you know, sitting on me at all times. Just so I always have some type of connection to the cops around me, you know. So anytime a cop comes up, I could show him. I could show him the seed, be like, I'm one of you. You can't arrest me. I'm one of you.
With, you know, just like try to ease like the tension that he was feeling. I was just like,
a lot of times
I come here normally because like I work around here right now.
Yeah.
But I mean, like nothing major's ever gone on here.
But something major has certainly happened today, and investigators want Travis, the only one who was with little Jacqueline at the time of the incident, to tell them everything he knows, including the nature of his relationship with the child's mom.
So, would you say that you guys like boyfriend, girlfriend, engaged, fiance? Are you guys just friends?
If you're asking me, I say that's my person because like my go-to, but like my best friend, but also like somebody that I love very deeply. So I don't really know what you would call that, but like I feel like girlfriend would kind of be an insult to what I really feel and have with her.
Okay, bro, stop yapping. Just come on.
Since we've been together, everything that I've done and what
okay,
I do.
Mr. Jordan Peterson. But what is really a girlfriend, if you think about it, you know? In the grand scheme of the universe, like what are even girls? What are even friends? You know, we're actually intertwined, intermingling. Our atoms are almost dancing with each other, if you want to think of it that way, if you will.
It's been for them. I'm a very selfless person.
With that,
who says that? Who says that? No one. No one says that. No one says I'm such a selfless person. I'm just a great guy, you know?
Prompted remark, Travis tells detectives that he was in the bathroom that morning when he heard a loud thump outside the door. Moments later, he saw 2-year-old Jacqueline lying on the floor, motionless.
So you pick her up, she's limp. You said she peed on herself and you.
Yeah.
And that was when it really clicked with you that something wasn't right.
It literally clicked. I was like, yeah, so this is not this isn't just like, okay, she's like choking kind of thing. This is a I can't breathe kind of thing. I was like, okay.
And so that was when you
immediately took over with CPR.
Okay. So you lay her there and you called Kristen.
Yeah, told her first before anybody. That's the mother.
Now, you said you tried 911 a couple times?
Yes.
Then?
Yeah, it didn't go through.
Travis insists that whatever
didn't go through
to Jacqueline that morning, he had nothing to do with it.
And there's no chance that tomorrow Jacqueline's going to have any sort of any drugs in her system. There's no way she ingested anything that you left out, accidentally had, nothing like that. Okay. All right.
And I feel like you keep asking that because you found something.
There's a plastic baggie in your wallet.
Huh? From my wallet?
Mm-hmm.
what's in it.
I don't know.
That's not good. But no, I promise you, there should not be anything abnormal in her system. There should not be. There couldn't be. There's no way. Because I'm not dumb enough to leave even my marijuana, like even my weed. I don't leave that out for anybody to get a hold of.
So let me ask you.
I don't think a weed makes 2-year-olds keel over on the floor and die.
Yes, you're watching after the kids, and you're super protective of them. I get that. So why then is there a loaded AR pistol right next to the bed that she was like?
What the fuck? Because it's America. I thought this was America. What? I can't have a loaded gun next to the bed where a 2-year-old's at? I thought this was America.
That was actually moved there this morning, because normally that's kept up in the cupboard or it's underneath the bed. I was going to end up cleaning it, but before I got the chance to, that's when I heard the thud, which the safety was on, and I did teach them about gun safety, even though I know she's 2, she understood.
No, she didn't. No 2-year-old is going to understand gun safety.
We've gone through this story 4 and 5 times.
Yes.
Okay. Every time you've completely left that part out.
Which part?
That you got these guns out of the cabinet.
Well, yeah, because I didn't really think that would have anything to do with it.
Okay.
That's my bad.
But Travis is right in that Jacqueline didn't die of a gunshot wound. The next morning, the investigators bring Travis to the sheriff's office to see what else he might be leaving out of his story.
Silver Springs. Dude, this looks like an old. I didn't even know these are still things.
Bro has not even expressed concern about the child one time.
Sorry.
2 detectives soon enter the room, and they start by trying to put Travis at ease.
Just so you know, this door doesn't lock, doesn't even have a lock on it. You don't have to talk to us. You can walk out anytime you want.
Well, then that makes me look bad.
What do you mean?
I don't know, just not helping, I guess.
Well, I always appreciate help, but it's, just to clarify, you're not being forced to make any statements or anything like that. We're just a couple guys talking in a room.
Okay.
And describe to me,
Couple fellas palling around.
Jacqueline. What is she like?
Very hyper and energetic, as her brother is.
Very hyper and energetic.
Very, Very outgoing. Very outgoing. She likes to be center of attention with her singing and oh, look at that and look at this.
Okay.
Very cute.
The detectives ask him to run through everything that happened at the camper from the moment he woke up yesterday morning, hoping that somewhere in that story they'll finally find an explanation for this tragedy.
And when I opened my eyes, I got Jason up, got him ready for school, took him to the bus stop. We waited, we talked a little bit about he thinks Batman's the greatest hero ever, and it's like money's not a superpower. Superman's the greatest.
Can we just skip all the formalities and just lock him up?
And that whole kind of thing, that the bus pulled up, I was like, all right, here's your bus. Have a good day at school. Gave me a fist bump, gave me a hug.
Bro thinks Superman's a better superhero than Batman. What is wrong with this guy?
On the bus, I went back, took out my firearms because they were going to be cleaned, but then I was like, no, never mind, I want to lay back down. I laid back down, and then Kristen was late for work because at that point it was 8:30. She had to be there at 9, but she just decided to be late. So then we both got up. Jacqueline was already awake, got her up. She wanted to go outside, play with the chicken and the duck. They did that. I made coffee. Me and Kristen drank our coffee, smoked a cigarette. Me and Jacqueline went down to the lake while she went to work, and then after we came back, I put her on the couch to watch Cat Dog.
Unless this guy's meant to have kids, this is a fucking perfect argument for legal abortion. That he's not the dad. He's just a random dude that started dating the girl.
She had her drink. I told her the Cheez-Its were right there if you want some.
But I get what you're saying, but it doesn't matter because people don't give a shit, even if they're presented facts of I mean, I could go on forever about it. I'll just move on though.
Herself, I don't care. She was with Luca. I had to use the bathroom. I was in there for about 10 minutes, and then I heard her collapse on the floor.
Barring a few minor details, this story is one law enforcement has heard several times by now, and Travis has once again failed to offer any explanation for what actually happened to Jacqueline. Nonetheless, he continues his account.
So when I looked out, where the doorknob would be, she was just like laying on the floor, like, hey, you all right? She didn't respond. So I hit the door up. I was like, hey, you all right? She still wasn't responding. So I flushed, pulled my pants up, ran over to her, and she was like making a gurgling sound. Like I thought she probably swallowed some water down the wrong tube or something, but that wasn't the case because when I picked her up, she was limp. She wasn't breathing. So I called Kristen immediately, said, you need to come home. Like, there's something going on. She's like, what's going on? I was just like, do you not hear her? She's literally trying to like breathe and she's not breathing. So I started doing CPR. When I tried to call 911, they didn't even dial. It didn't even go through. It didn't do anything.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
So I was like, all right, so this is bad. This is bad. And so when Kristen got back, we loaded her up. I told her to just keep breathing into her mouth, keep doing the compressions, because like she's not breathing on her own. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what happened. And so when she told me that she stopped breathing, we got on hold of 911 again, told me we needed an ambulance. They met us en route to the hospital, met us at Old Crow Barbecue Restaurant.
The police report indicates that 37 minutes elapsed between the time Travis says he found Jacqueline on the floor and the call to
Jesus
911.
Christ.
How is discipline normally done by you?
This guy thinks he's a genius? Oh, 100%.
If they don't listen to their mom and they don't listen to me, I just tell them to get in the corner. Because Kristen doesn't want me to like put my hands on them. I don't want to spank them either, but I mean, if they're really out of line and not listening, then like they'll get like one pop and then still get put in the corner for like 5 minutes.
Sure, I understand. When you say one pop, like where would that be at on the body?
On the butt.
Okay. And would that normally straighten things out or fix things if you have to do something like that?
No.
No, it doesn't work?
No, they're relentless.
Travis claims to have no interest in spanking the children, but one of his neighbors at the campground said he had reason to think otherwise.
One time, it's probably about almost 2 months ago now, I had heard her arguing with them about hitting the kids.
About who hitting the kids?
Travis hitting the kids.
Okay. Did you physically see it?
I didn't see anything, but I heard them arguing over the fact that don't touch my kids kind of.
So now that you've been able to think about it for a day, what do you think happened?
I don't know. That's what honestly bothers me, because the deeper I think about it, I can't answer that. Like, even I've asked other family members, like, what do you think could happen? There's like, oh, it could have been like a brain aneurysm, or it could be lupus, or this. And I was like, someone else mentioned lupus too, but I was like, there's no way. Or it's SIDS, and it's like, see, but no, she's 2.
And everything was fine all the way up until you went into the bathroom.
Yeah.
As far as you know.
Yeah, as soon as I saw her collapse on the floor.
If it doesn't work, then don't fucking do it. Chat. Okay, you're speaking too much logic, all right?
My whole world flipped upside down. I was like, what just happened?
Travis isn't finding his way towards an explanation, so the detectives reveal that they already know quite a bit more than they've let on.
Well, there was an autopsy that was done this morning, and like I said,
how did that come?
We're not doctors, and they haven't even released the final report yet. But Detective King, you were there, right?
I was.
Could you kind of describe what you saw then, so we can kind of get on the same page here and understand a little better?
So there's definitely, part of the reason you're here is there's definitely some physical injuries that she has. The injuries that we're talking about are significant. I can tell you from being there and seeing them go through this autopsy that I don't see how they could possibly be an accident, Travis.
I'm not sure either. I'm not sure what these injuries would be.
That's a card the investigators aren't quite ready to show, but they assure Travis that Jacqueline's injuries don't line up with his current statement.
Whenever the doctors looked at it, whenever they did the autopsy, they were looking at this injury and they're going, this injury doesn't.
I'd love to see his interactions with his fellow inmates. His personality sucks. Ain't no one gonna be his ally. Chat, did you hear about... God, what is it? Is this lead singer of this shitty band was arrested a while ago for sexually assaulting a baby and like other children. He was found dead in prison. Good news, guys. He got killed in prison. Ian Watkins. Yeah, the Lost Prophets lead singer. Yeah, he got killed in prison. Rip Bozo. Get fucked, loser. A baby? Yeah, a fucking baby. Surprised it took so long. Well, apparently he got shivved. He got stabbed before. So he almost got killed. Like I think it was because I read like an article about it. He almost got killed a while ago, but now he finally got killed.
Seem to make any sense with this sitting on a futon and getting hurt thing, and you're with her.
It was something from before when she wasn't in my care.
So that's why a polygraph, a lie detector, would be so telling, because if it's outside of your care and you have nothing to do about it, the guy that does the polygraph, that's not us. It's somebody that knows how to work that machine. They'll be able to look at it and they'll be able to get a better understanding for that. You know what I mean? It's something that I've seen people be able to tell their families, their loved ones, you know, look, I did this and my name's clear on this. Would that be something that you'd be interested in doing today?
Not exactly, because I know within myself and God knows that I would never do
Oh, shut the fuck up with your God knows. God knows I would never do that.
anything to harm these children.
But the detectives aren't quite as convinced, partly because of the skeletons lurking in Travis's closet.
Have you ever been in a situation where you've been worried about, accused of like abusing a child or hurting a child or anything like that in the past?
I have.
Is Kristen aware of that?
Yes.
Okay.
Indeed, Travis was a suspect in a previous case from 2019, 3 years earlier, when he admitted that he broke a child's arm in what he characterizes as an accident.
You accidentally broke the child's arm?
Yeah, that one I can admit that I was not paying attention. I put him in the center of the bed. I turned around because I thought somebody knocked on the door, looked out in the hallway, nobody knocked again, and then I just sat down. Okay. But as soon as I felt him under me, I immediately stood up. I was like, are you okay? Immediate remorse. Immediate, like, guilt.
Oh, I'm sure, buddy. I'm sure.
It's like, are you okay? Are you good? Like,
but no one died in that case.
No.
Right. But somebody did die in this case.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
but that's nothing that was inflicted by me.
Travis was never arrested in that previous case, but the investigators,
Of course he wasn't.
cannot help but find it suspicious that, in their words, lightning struck twice.
Are you a victim of child abuse yourself?
Yes. Why would I want to inflict that on anybody else?
Well, that's what I was trying to find out here is if something had happened to you as a child and it was traumatic, it can change the wires in our brain. That's what traumatic usually is. It means it affects people different ways. People that go to war come back with PTSD.
That used to affect me as a child, but then that cycle was broken by a very good family member of mine, my Uncle Andy. He talked me through a lot. He taught me a lot.
When I was on the road, I used to see people get in these arguments with family members, their mom, their dad, their girlfriend, and they would push or hurt somebody, and they don't even mean to even lash out with their body, but they are, and then they would forget, and then somebody would show me a cell phone video, and then they would say, I just saw red, detective or deputy at that point. I blacked out, and I don't even know what I was doing.
No, nothing like that, no.
Is there any...
Yeah, I'm a heavy advocate in that's bullshit. Anyone who says, I just saw red, I couldn't control myself, yeah, that's fucking bullshit. Because as someone who has very bad anger issues because of childhood issues, no, you can control it. You can, yes, there are situations where you hit things like white boy wall punch, for example, but you don't fucking hit people. I've had loads of really bad anger episodes that I could not control, but I never, ever, ever laid a hand on another person. Because that's just bullshit. I'm sorry. That's bullshit.
Spots or times you don't recall that would help us better understand what's going on with this injury?
No, because I mostly pay attention to everything that goes on around me and what's going on.
It isn't long before Travis begins to feel that he's being unfairly targeted.
Well, I'm not going to lie. I already expected that this was going to be something that was going to happen. What is
therapy? Yeah, I know. That's why I'm better now, chat. That's why I don't, have those episodes like I used to, because I got better, because I worked on myself.
Why? What's that? Because that's normally how it goes. That's just my luck. People think that I always have something to do with it, that I'm this mean, horrible person, this and that, but really straight up, I haven't done nothing.
I didn't say you had anything to do with it.
You haven't struck me the whole interview as
what we're trying to do is figure out where this came from.
The detectives acknowledge, however, that they don't believe Travis is giving them the full truth.
And the other part that I'm looking at, like we were talking about with you maybe forgetting something, okay? This time that you told this detective here what was going on, you said you tried to call 911 from the camper camper, is that correct?
Yeah.
Did you try to call 911 from the camper?
Yeah.
Okay.
I told you that too, but it literally did not go through at all.
So here's the problem that I have with that, okay? You gave me consent last night. It records everything that phone does, and there was no attempt to call 911 from that camper. Like you mentioned, we're talking about the polygraph. You've taken a lie detector test, okay? Right now, I've got some information here that it looks like something's missing, right? You agree with that?
It does, but I'm telling you, I don't know.
And that, for your own protection, you want to go down there and sit down with that detective in there and go through that process with him and show, hey, look, I passed it. I'm telling you the truth. This is exactly what happened. Then I take that and say, yeah, okay.
I don't need a polygraph test to tell you that.
I don't know you any better than you know me.
It's just another way that.
Yeah, but how would I know you guys aren't trying to turn anything around to use against me? That just sounds like a setup.
Well, what do you mean? What kind
Some people just want to be the victim, which is why they'll never change in their lifetime. It's good that you managed to, Pig, good for you. Yeah, that's the problem, is also a lot of men think that anger issues is just being a man. You know what I mean? I think that's why a lot of guys, well, number one, that's why a lot of guys have anger issues. And number two, that's why a lot of guys don't get help with anger issues, is because they think, well, that's just my aura, my manliness coming out, you know? That's my strength, is me being angry.
Set up. I don't know, like you guys are trying to get me for something. But if there's a broken bone within the time of when she's been staying at her mom's and we have not exactly been together all the time, then that had to have been some point.
Are you going to try to throw your girlfriend under the bus too?
When I didn't have her, because when she's with me, she's super chill. She's happy. She does not care.
I can tell you from the timeline and speaking to a doctor that has done this for decades, the timeline doesn't line up that way either, with it having happened previously.
With yet another explanation off the table, the detectives go speak to Kristen in a separate room, leaving Travis to his thoughts.
What kind of question is that? I don't know. Broken bone. But from what?
Elsewhere at the sheriff's office, Kristen tells the detectives that she'll take a polygraph if it will help the investigation. Meanwhile, Travis, who was aware of the camera above his head from the moment he came in this afternoon, continues to talk and, perhaps, rap.
Oh man, I just killed a 2-year-old. You know?
That like makes no sense. There's no way. Like, no, dude. I said you. This isn't a setup, okay? Yeah, whatever. That sounds like a setup.
His thoughts on the conspiracy against him are soon interrupted by a most unwelcome phone call.
Yeah, yelling would not be your best choice right now. I'm not in the mood to deal with you. I'm really not. I got enough going on, so what is it? What are you calling me for? Yes, I know Uncle Andy's advice. Thank you. Mom, don't start your with me. Okay, bye. I'm not dealing with you. Why do you make everything worse?
Soon, Kristen...
Bro, you killed a child, my guy.
...requests to see him and, according to the police report, pleads with Travis to take a polygraph. He refuses, and when the detectives return to the interview room, they decide to get very clear on the kind of case this is.
When we're dealing with medical experts and people that all they do is look at things and they see things and they see people that are in car crashes and plane crashes and then they see the injury that is on Jacqueline, the conclusion ultimately that we're learning that they're coming to is that this is going to be ruled as a homicide. Okay?
Homicide?
Yes. So to define what a homicide is...
I know what a homicide is.
Yeah. That would be that her death is the result of your actions.
The detective explains that the only thing left to determine is whether Travis hurt Jacqueline on purpose or whether it was some kind of accident.
She fell down on something causing a very serious break. Then you're embarrassed. You feel shameful. You don't want her to be upset. I get that.
Even embarrassed or shameful?
Well, see, that's what I'm kind of worried about here, because 99% of the people that I talk to at least show some kind of like outward emotion.
Yeah. Bro is not showing anything at all this whole time.
They feel upset. They show some kind of sadness or something, or they show something other than contempt or suspicion. But the whole time I'm talking to you, you look very suspicious, very paranoid, very non-remorseful,
Very
if you will.
sussig.
And that's what I'm trying to get here is, are you this like 1% of the people that I talk to that actually doesn't care at all about what they did? That
Of course I care.
They go out and they find kids to just take out their anger on? Or are you somebody that was abused as a child, went through physical abuse, has, I don't know, problems with taking care of children, which is why there was something in the past that happened?
This is literally crazy. This is literally crazy.
Are you...
Like, what do I... This is so freaking crazy, guys. Like, you're accusing me of freaking murder, and that's actually freaking crazy.
What kind of guy that just says, I'm not taking a polygraph. The whole world should believe me. I wouldn't hurt any kids. Look at all these things. They're just accidents. They didn't happen. I don't know what happened. This is crazy. And then they just say, this is crazy. Could you imagine, like, all the things that we've learned, all at what we've seen with the injury, what we've learned about the timeline, and then we tell you all of this, and your statement regarding all these things is, this is crazy.
Travis tells the detectives that there are
I think this guy could pass a polygraph. He has no soul. Good point.
other factors, including Jacqueline's recent hair loss, that could help explain her death. But along the way, he says something that sets off their alarm bells.
And there's been times where she would even say, my back hurts. And like even me and her would look like, you're only 2. How does your back hurt?
Okay. When would that come up? Because that's the first time I've heard that.
I mean, we talked about hair coming out. We talked about all kinds of stuff. I don't remember talking about that.
Yeah, at random points she would just be like, oh, my throat hurts, my back hurts. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, you've done nothing. You just got out of bed. Why does your back hurt? She'd walk around like her spine hurts or something, but yet she'd go outside and play. She'd go with her mom. She'd go with me to the store. Like, she was fine.
The detectives don't linger on the troubling implications behind these remarks, but they will confront Travis with them soon enough. In the meantime, they merely emphasize once again that this would not have been a pre-existing injury.
Travis, this morning, I sat in the medical examiner's office and I watched them do an autopsy. There are bones that are broken and they are so severe that there is no playing while this happened. There is no, ouch, my back hurts. That's not this.
That's literally doesn't.
And I'm not even a doctor, and I can tell you from looking at it with my eyes.
This is why I said I feel like a target, because I never done nothing to these kids, dudes. I have no reason to hurt nobody. For any reason whatsoever. They are
very convincing, my guy. Chat, he's getting passionate. He's raising his voice. He's getting passionate. I'll never hurt a kid. I would never do that. They're just kids, man. I wouldn't ever do that.
Just kids.
Shortly after Travis makes his impassioned speech, another detective drops by with some news from Kristen.
That there's been no complaints or anything about the baby's back being hurt or anything.
Oh, okay.
That's so funny. That's fucking his girlfriend saying that he just walks in. Hey, by the way, he's a fucking liar and a dumbass.
Who said that? That's from Kristen. Kristen said there hasn't been any, the baby's not complaining about her back at all.
Is that right?
Well, that's what we just learned it right now. So,
this is set up, dude. Because literally I've seen her. We have both watched her complain. My back hurts. My throat hurts.
Okay,
so now I'm telling you that, and she's saying otherwise.
There's no one trying to set you up here.
That's what I feel like. I feel like I'm being set up.
We're telling you what we learn as we learn it, okay?
The detectives try once more to get Travis to open up, but Travis soon decides that he's heard enough.
Because I'm telling you, it's going to come back as a homicide.
That's ridiculous.
You are going to be involved as the last person that was someone that died from homicide. This is completely separate than what happened before, where you said that you sat down on someone's arm.
The only emotion he has is extreme anger and defensiveness. That's why I'm scared of men. Well, like I said before, and I've probably said this 100 times, men are raised to only feel anger, and then they're meant to push back anytime someone argues with them. And they're not allowed to cry. They're not allowed to feel depressed. They're not allowed to feel, because they're raised that the only emotion men are allowed to feel is anger. So when they grow up, that's all they got is getting angry. And then whenever someone calls you out for being a bad person or doing something wrong, you get more angry and defensive.
And then also that child happened to have their teeth knocked out or whatever. This is separate. Let's go ahead and put that one in the past.
I didn't tell you that.
I read the report while you were in there talking to her. I've been trying to look, like I said, it's fluid and dynamic.
That's why you brought it up earlier, and I know that's why you brought it up. That's why I told you.
Okay, so we're trying to learn about everything that you've done, everything that you do.
Yeah, everything from my past that really has no relevance to who I am now.
Well, I would say that a prior report of child abuse would probably be important for us to
I'd say so.
Say to
4 years ago.
Even if
Dude, even if it was 20 years ago, my guy.
It was 10 years ago. I mean, these
are not the same person. And even then, I wasn't that person.
Well, I would hope you're not the same person, but we're sitting here now and we're trying to sort something out now.
You guys said I'm free to leave, right?
Sure.
I want to leave.
Okay. We'll go ahead and get you out front, okay? We'll get Kristen so you can get the car keys, I guess, and then you can be on your way.
The detectives leave him alone for a moment where he shares some parting thoughts with the empty room.
Wow, this is...
That's your parting thoughts.
Ridiculous. What the... Insane.
Travis walks, but detectives catch up to him outside the sheriff's office to finally reveal the truly horrifying nature of Jacqueline's injury.
How would we not know if it was one of the nurses that moved her wrong or anything like that?
Bro, are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, I'm sure a nurse moving the child would cause those injuries.
The nurse wasn't at the camper with you.
Yeah, I know that, but when they got to the site and they started picking her up and putting her on the stretcher, how would I not know it was one of them?
The injury that she suffered is how she got in that condition.
But the thing is, no one can explain to me what this injury is.
Her spine is broken.
Her spine is...
Oh, that dude, I knew that was coming. Like, I knew that's what happened because they kept talking about spine injuries, but like, oh, goddamn.
Her spine is broken. It's a huge deal.
Very serious break.
Yeah, I understand that, but that's not something I could inflict on a child.
That's also not accurate. Now, I felt it was odd during your portion of the interview.
Oh my God.
We get to the broken bone, we start talking about things. It's not specific where the broken bone was, but somebody during that interview, Travis, you discussed the injury or the complaints about pain in the back. And then you even went as far as to point to a general area. Again, those are clues.
Something inside of you knew that she was going to have a back problem that was going to come up. And then we come out here, we didn't tell you until we came out here that it was a spinal issue.
That completely blew my mind. I don't understand.
It didn't blow your mind because you knew specifically where the injury was probably.
Yes, please. Yes, call him out on all of his bullshit.
Going to be discussed.
You knew it was going to be somewhere in her back.
Dude, is that her bed? Is that her bed? Oh.
You gotta quickly say, that's over here. The person looked different, the person's name was different, but I've heard this exact same story about a thud that happened down the hall.
Okay, so you're going to compare my story to something else?
Yes, I am, right now, 100%.
All right, then I want to go home.
Nobody's stopping you from going home. You got the keys to the car, it's over there.
No, I don't. I have the keys to my Jeep that's broken.
Are you outside?
Yeah.
Is anybody holding you hostage?
No, but I mean, I don't want to be rude. Just walk off.
Walk off? You're not going to offend us.
Sure.
100%. If that's
Dude, I like these investigators, man. I like these guys.
You're into, man. Listen, all it's going to do is leave unanswered questions.
But as it turns out, Travis isn't quite as free to go as they suggest. Earlier, he sent some text messages to Kristen suggesting he might do something drastic to himself.
Oh my God.
That would bring this entire situation to an end.
Yeah, with all this going on, yeah, it kind of makes me want to. Because I didn't do anything, and there's no way that I'm going to be able to live with myself knowing that I can't answer anybody's questions with the answers I don't have.
Why am I being Please do explain it. So,
Mosquito.
Travis, because of some of the statements that you've made, I have a little bit of a concern for your well-being.
Are you Baker acting me?
We are.
We don't want you to hurt yourself.
I can't in good faith after what you've said.
Good. Thank God they did that. Don't let them take the coward's way out.
The text messages, the conversation that we've had, let you walk away from here knowing that that's the way that you feel about things.
That's how I feel about everything.
Travis is transported by a deputy to a mental health facility, and what follows is a slowdown in the investigation as detectives wait to get the full reports from the medical examiner. Those reports come back in September, 4 months later, and it's at this time that Travis is arrested and brought back into the interrogation room for one last talk.
Just take a seat right there.
Can you put these in front of me?
For right now, you're going to stay like that, so just take a seat.
God damn it.
What is he trying to do?
As soon as we're done, we're going to come in and talk to you. So let me get.
That's what you're worried about? Your job opportunity?
Somebody to move those handcuffs.
Is it actually going to be a talk, or are you going to sit here and tell me exactly what it is I did, or what you guys think I did?
I know it's been a while since we talked.
No one's talked to me, but I can tell you I've been harassed the entire time.
Well, I'm really sorry about that. I don't think I haven't harassed you in any. We haven't talked to you at all.
The family.
Already,
that's crazy. It's almost like people hate you whenever you murder a child.
Let me get get his handcuffs moved to the front. We'll talk in 1 second, okay? Let me just get all this stuff taken care of.
Travis gets his cuffs moved and finds himself face to face with the detectives once again. This time around, they aren't holding anything back.
Good.
So what I want to know, Travis, is what actually happened.
We went to the lake. Kristen went to...
Pause. We're going to have an autism break, ladies and gentlemen. I'm taking Tylenol extra strength because I feel like my autism levels have been kind of low. 1 second. Just give me 1 second here. You know, I'm gonna do triple the autism. Let's, triple the autism. Why not? Fuck it. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm autism maxing.
Work. We were there for like 20 minutes. I brought her back. She wanted to watch Cat Dog. So I put on Cat Dog. I went to the bathroom. I heard something hit the floor. I opened the door. She wasn't moving. Unresponsive.
What was the injury that the doctor...
Last time I was here, you guys told me that her spine was snapped. But how is that not something you catch at the hospital when they first gave her CAT scans and x-rays? They don't just miss that.
Well, now they do, because, and I have...
No, they don't.
They do. I have the
My sister
pictures.
works in the hospital. She told me this. She's literally a professional. You don't miss stuff like that.
She might be, but I...
Bro, don't hog the autism. Leave some for us. Sorry, it's all mine. just open this. Becomes like a Resident Evil fucking autism monster.
I have the x-rays and I have the explanation as to why it was missed in the x-rays. Because of the way the break was, it did not show up in an x-ray, okay? I was there, I've seen this, but just to tell you what the doctor put is that she had traumatic injuries to her torso with a disarticulation. You know what disarticulation means?
No.
A complete separation through and through, break of her lumbar spine.
Oh
Travis,
my God.
there is no explanation.
I don't even understand how you do something like that to someone.
I'm trying to tell you. You guys think I'm withholding information. I've told you everything. I don't know. You don't think this bothers me? The entire time I sat in jail, it didn't bother me. The entire time I've been out, it hasn't bothered me. That there's no explanation.
But the lack of explanation doesn't stop Travis from throwing theories at the wall in the hopes that something will stick.
All I can really tell you is that in that 10 minutes of me being in the bathroom, she was out there with Luca. I don't know. It's probably an injury that
blaming them
happened
again.
before and finally caught up. I know that's possible.
Yeah, because a spine can completely snap out of nowhere just because of, underlying conditions.
So you stumbled out there.
That could have been when I was giving her CPR. So how would I not know it happened at the hospital?
Sure. Well,
because if you missed it the first time, and somehow it magically appears the other time you give an autopsy.
So this new thing we've shifted to now is that the hospital staff broke her back in half? Because I just want to know before I...
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay,
I'm saying how do you miss that in the first place? When was the body released? Because they have no issues messaging me, asking me how I sleep at night, sending me her remains in a plastic bag in a news container.
Travis, what we're doing...
What? Huh?
here is we're doing a lot of, I say something and I try to bring up a certain topic of what happened, and then you hold up red herring and you say, look over here at this, and we go to something else. You're talking about the hospital breaking her back. You're talking about not believing the X-rays. These things are all.
What is there not to believe?
We're telling you. We're not making any of it up. I promise you, we're not making any of this stuff up. And we're going to have to talk about what really happened, because what you've told us so far is not accurate. And I want to put the train back on the track and talk about real things. And the real thing that happened, that her back broke. And that moment that you knew she wasn't okay. And you weren't in the bathroom sitting on the toilet when you know that when that happened. Whenever she changed and she wasn't, and I hope you want to take it back, when she wasn't okay anymore. I want to go to that moment, and I want you to tell us about that moment.
Which moment?
When she wasn't okay.
She wasn't okay. I freaked the out.
Yes, you freaked the fuck out for your own sake.
Her that caused that.
I didn't do nothing.
I do not believe that. Doctors don't believe that.
That's the thing. No one's gonna believe me regardless of what I say.
Because you're wrong.
The truth would be explained by.
I've told you the truth. I told you everything that I know. You have my phone. You documented everything on my phone. Then you got all these other people that want to throw their opinions in there just because they don't like me.
The detectives explained to Travis that the medical personnel on the case don't know him, and they offer him possibilities that actually fit with the evidence.
We would be interested in knowing exactly what the mechanism was that this happened. Was it a super hard hug? Was it a over the knee break just stop crying? That aspect we don't. What not much.
Did you say ew? Shut the fuck up.
But the point is that we're trying to understand how the injury occurred.
Also, fuck the mom too. Don't forget her. Yeah, I mean, any mom that leaves her 2-year-old child alone with someone they just started dating, I don't know.
You're there. There's a moment. It's something I'm hoping you're not very proud of, and we're hoping you can explain that to us, Travis. We're not here to judge you.
The moment when I open the door and see she's unresponsive, that's when I freaked out.
That's not how that happened, Travis.
That's how that happened. I was
there.
Dude,
this guy is insufferable.
I saw it with my eyes.
I guess we could play it like that. He breaks her back. He lets her lay on the ground dying, and he goes and uses the bathroom.
What the man? I was in the camper trying to keep her alive.
I believe that you did that. I do believe that you did try to keep her alive.
Yeah, for your own sake, yeah.
But I didn't do anything to hurt her.
That's the part I don't believe.
Of course you don't. No one does, right?
Other detectives rotate in to question Travis, and they are all united on that.
The story's bull. It's simple as that. You know it is. That injury incapacitated that little girl. Okay? At no point could she ever do anything ever again. And maybe, just maybe, had you been honest at the beginning, it called 911.
What, buddy? Oh, thank you, bud.
And don't call 911 instead of calling Kristen. You called 911 and then told them exactly what happened. Maybe I got a little frustrated that she'd be still alive today and we wouldn't be sitting here. But you hid it. You didn't call 911. You hid it from Kristen. You hid it from the doctors at the hospital. You hid it from the personnel in the ambulance. And she could have maybe been saved.
Yep.
And you're hiding it still. And this is your opportunity.
When you say I should have called 911 first, yeah, I should have.
Yeah, you should have. But you know what else you should have done? Is not do what you did to that little girl.
In addition to their questions about what exactly happened inside that camper, the detectives have deep concerns about Travis and Kristen's recent breakup and how it may have affected his state of mind.
And I can see all these text messages, Travis. You say that this breakup and all was in the back of your mind and that it was stressful, but it was all right. Where your phone paints a different picture, Travis. Or your entire conversation with Kristen is you begging her to come back and her saying, Travis, leave me alone or I'm going to block you. And then you sending her 10, 15, 20 text messages in a row.
Oh my God.
Phone calls. All of the...
Oh, shut the fuck up. What does that have to do with PTSD?
The Google searches that you were doing of how to fix your relationship, how to get your ex-girlfriend back. All of these different things that you're doing this entire time that all of this is going on.
Only a week or so before Jacqueline's death, text messages show a relationship on the decline. At one point, Travis texts, "There's no way you're that up or that of a person to literally sacrifice our friendship to get what you wanted and then string me along and us go through what we...
I don't get it. Their relationship was bad and they were breaking up. Why the hell did she leave her kid with him?
We did. In a later exchange, Kristen texts Travis and says, we should both be capable of supporting ourselves without the expectation of depending on the other. Travis responds, who gave you that unrealistic expectation? That literally sounds like if anything were to happen to either of us, we wouldn't be there to help each other at all. That message was sent less than 24 hours before the incident in the camper.
I can see that emotion in these text messages. And I can tell you from what I've been told from the people that are also involved in this, is they see these text messages of you extremely upset because the girl that you love has just told you that she doesn't want to be with you, she doesn't love you, and she's moving out. She tells you all of that. You feel like this entire time that you've been with her has been completely wasted, and she's turned her back and walked away on you. I have your prior history where you broke another child's...
Even if the mom couldn't afford a babysitter, you don't have any friends or family that could watch the kids over your high-key psycho ex? Yeah, I know. That, like, I mean, the mom, I don't know.
That child also showed history of previous injuries.
That's from his dad.
That family.
No one, see, look, my past, no one's been bothered talking to me. Travis. Again, just like this time, no one's bothered to come talk to me. Look, I can tell you everything.
I'm sitting here to talk to you right now.
Talk to you about what?
I don't want to go back to jail, dude. Look, do nothing.
So I'm looking at the
Yes, you did, and you're going to go to jail for a long time, hopefully.
Previous reports. The family's telling me that the kids start getting hurt when you're around. And then, let me finish. And then ends up in the ER with a broken arm. And all these incidents that get explained, that he fell into a play set, and all of these different things that happen. And then fast forward 3 years to the day.
Yeah, you don't think I haven't thought about this? This looks really bad.
But despite that statement, the detectives aren't sure Travis understands exactly how bad it is.
Everything that I'm looking at, all of these test results, all of the findings, all of the opinions from these doctors that have done this for years, shows that this is possibly something that you plan to do.
Plan to do? You guys know the charges he's being charged with?
Yeah, so I told you in the parking lot.
Yeah, first degree homicide. What the?
Do you know the implications of first?
No, I don't.
Life.
It's eligible for the death penalty, Travis.
Let's go! Get fucked!
I'm gonna die?
Well, I didn't say that. I mean, a long enough timeline where...
See, chap, here's the thing about the death penalty. Is the only reason that I like... I get why it's bad. Because, you know, sometimes the wrong people get on death row. However, the only reason I think sometimes, like, it's good is because of the implication, as Dennis says, the implication that any day could be your last, because I don't think they get told when, right? So you constantly just like live in fear. It's like, am I going to die tomorrow? Am I going to die the next day? Like, I feel like that mental torture can really fuck with them. You know what I mean?
First degree homicide.
However, I also think that death penalty is bad because our justice system's kind of wonky and a lot of people get arrested for the wrong things, etc. It depends, I think. Yeah.
That's not what he's saying.
The death penalty is plausible in a first degree homicide. And Travis, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to paint you in the picture so that we can move away from that a little bit.
I don't want to die, dude.
Once again, the detectives encourage Travis to give them an alternative explanation, such as his emotions getting the better of him in the moment.
Death is getting off too easy. No, I want it to be, it should be a death penalty, but he should stay in prison a long time so that like constant fear of dying is there. But I don't know if it's like, if they tell him or not.
Knowing that emotional person, you think I wouldn't express guilt?
Well, I think someone that...
Yeah, you haven't expressed guilt at all, my guy. Death penalty like Ian Watkins is something better? Yeah, I like that death penalty.
That would have remorse and would actually care about kids and things would have some kind of guilt. I'm a little on the edge about that. You seem like maybe you're really into you and you aren't really into other things.
I can care less about my own well-being.
Bullshit!
But the detectives say that's not the story they read in his text messages.
They paint.
Yeah, he uses fucking manipulative phrasing, you know, like no one gives a fuck about me and I'm just a fucking thing for everyone to use and drag around and then leave behind. Everyone hates me. Wait. Everyone feel bad for me.
Text messages.
They paint a completely different picture because all of your text messages to Kristen and everybody else are
using whatever you can against me to use a reason to abandon me. That's not right. It's not fair. That's causing some extreme mental and emotional damage. Someone else thinks they can take advantage of me and to prove to me that my life, my feelings, anything about me doesn't belong here. Fuck.
all about you, what you want, what you need, all centered around Travis. Where you're using Kristen, a single mom, to support yourself. You're living in her camper. All of this stuff that's going on. You're asking her for money. You're accusing her of abandoning you and leaving you alone in the camper, begging her to come back. All of these things, all about you. Travis, do the right thing.
I'm doing the right
Do something that's not for yourself.
I didn't do it. That's not me convincing myself. That's me digging my heels in and trying to put on a face. Sorry, being fake isn't one of my best personas.
I would argue it's pretty high up there.
God, that goes hard. Being fake isn't one of my personas. God damn, bro. Did you write that yourself?
Several points in the interview, the detectives urge Travis to think about what this will look like inside a courtroom.
When you say that you've never harmed her, I don't think anyone in the entire world is going to believe that at all.
I don't know is my honest answer. And that's unacceptable.
I will make sure that I document that is your answer to our question of how 2-year-old toddler Jacqueline is dead. I'll make sure that I document your answer as I don't know.
You're going to sit before the judge, the jury, everybody under the sun, and Travis is going to say, I don't know what happened to this innocent little girl that just wanted to watch cartoons and have a sippy cup, and then her back ends up broken. Her spinal cord is broken. She bleeds.
Dude, he's going to get absolutely annihilated in court.
To death, in pure agony and pain.
Which I don't believe that's happening.
Believe it. I'm telling you.
I don't know why the 2-year-old
succumbed to
back snapped in half and bled internally and died in agony on the table while the hospital spent 3 hours trying
to save her life.
Right.
They have no idea what's wrong with her. There's somebody that does.
Yeah.
Doesn't provide any information on how it could have happened.
Like the ER doctor that I talked to, that she was crying in the hospital because she couldn't save the 2-year-old that came into her hospital. She didn't know what was wrong.
Oh, man.
Now she's got to live with that.
But had they given her an ultrasound like Kristen asked.
Or had you told them the truth?
An ultrasound? An ultrasound?
Further, and you had not done what you did to her? Come on, Travis, blame the doctor. The doctors explained that the pain was so excruciating, that's probably why she was unconscious.
She wasn't unconscious.
Okay. That's why you started giving her CPR.
When's the last time you gave a conscious person CPR?
Never. I've never done that.
But Travis never gives the detectives a version of what happened to Jacqueline that matches the evidence, and he resigns himself to his likely fate.
This is not going to
repeat yourself.
This isn't going to be like your misdemeanor violation of an injunction.
Oh yeah, like I'm going to get out anytime soon.
You're
I'm probably going to get the death penalty and die.
Hopefully.
Can't tell you what's going to happen on that end.
For me, it's always the worst case scenario. I guarantee it.
Oh, dude, he's doing it again! Look, the detective, of course, victim Travis, dude, everything he turns it into, oh, woe is me. Oh, my life sucks. Oh, it's so hard being me. Oh, God.
Of course, victim Travis.
No,
you know the driving that. Victim Travis. Who do you care about besides yourself?
Nobody.
Yeah.
That is apparent.
That's a true statement.
That is the first truth.
According to a press release from the state attorney's office, The medical examiner determined that Travis applied significant gradual force to the victim's upper and lower body and bent her backward beyond her natural range of motion until her back broke.
Oh, God, what the
Camera
fuck?
necessary.
24-year-old Travis Ray Thompson was charged with first-degree murder and went to trial 3 years later in June 2025
Oh, my God.
without ever admitting any responsibility for Jacqueline Schwingel's death. Despite that, it only took the jury 2 hours to decide. He was convicted of first-degree murder and given a life sentence. In a statement, the state attorney said bluntly, "Life in prison is too good for this kind of evil."
Yeah, I agree.
Travis has appealed his conviction. If you'd like to see select new videos early,
What a fucking... I mean, I wouldn't even say awful human. This dude's not even human.